Today we're following the trend of fighting games and investigating yet another pro who's found themselves engulfed in controversy. Noel Brown. A well-known competitor in Marvel vs. Capcom, his villain origin story begins all the way back in 2011, continuing into 2013, a Capcom ban in 2016, and most recently, allegations from 2020. But before we get into that, I know, I wanted to talk to you guys on a personal level, because I noticed after further review that a lot of you don't really have any aura, and it's becoming a huge problem for me and my brand, being the FGC guy. And that's why the sponsor of today's video is Aura. You can thank me later. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but my phone gets so many spam likely calls that it's essentially been bricked. I don't even answer the phone anymore. No, for the last time, I'm not giving you another $500 Google Play gift card. You already got me once.
I can't keep doing this. What am I gonna do?
The more you use the internet, sign up for stuff, or make purchases, the more you're at risk of data brokers selling your personal information, where it sits on the figurative online auction ripe for the taking. This is what we call in the industry L-Aura, or negative aura. And if this happens to you, most of your friends probably think you're cringe, but are just too nice to tell you. But if you're a W and care about your online safety and social credit, Aura has data broker removal tools that show you in real time not only who has your information, but the progress of its removal as well. Up. It's not just great for opting out of these predatory scams, potential identity thieves, and getting into the coolest parties. That'd be too easy. With this one app, you get an all-in-one protection network, complete with a VPN that has military-grade encryption in over 100 virtual locations, an antivirus to scan and secure your devices from malware, spyware, trojans, you name it, and you can even set up financial alerts in case you were balling out too hard and dropped your credit card in the club. If you had no Aura, you'd be waking up to 5 loans and 10 different lines of credit before you could say namaste. I'm not afraid of you anymore!
What? What are you
Yeah, that's right. I said it. I have aura.
You have aura?
I have 1 million aura.
No, you had no
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
please.
care. I don't care. Get a real job.
Please,
We're
do not
done.
redeem.
Don't call me
Do not
again.
redeem.
If you want to be able to say I have aura and mean it, go to aura.com/technicals and try the all-in-one protection app for 2 weeks for free. Plenty of time to find out just how much of your personal data is being exposed. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring me personally. Now, back to the video. I could just sit here and tell you guys all the fun little details of Noel's escapades throughout the years, but I think I have a better idea that I think you'll really enjoy. So, thank you, Noel, for showing up. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
For coming out.
I am Noel Brown, gamer tag Noel Be Hungry, and I play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 along with other various fighting games.
Let's start with this clip right here.
And Damien just won! Noel just got bodied by face. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, Marvel!
What happened that night? I read the story, but like from your perspective, all this time later, what led to that infamous clip?
All right, so we had a group that normally went up to the break every week. It was me, SmoothViper. I'm not really gonna say the other names, but it was 3 other people. So we're all in the same car. We go up to the break this week. I think this was month 2 of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 being out, like vanilla, the original version. I hadn't lost a tournament yet. Yeah, I think that was like the whole thing. So everybody was like kind of waiting for me to lose. One of the rounds of winners, I was about to lose, and Eric is just screaming, yelling, you know, super hype, getting hype or whatever. And I'm used to that because that's his thing. That's what he does.
He always messes with you like that?
Not messes, but he just gets super hype, like very animated, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty normal if you play on a fight stick for you to take everything out your pocket and put it on the table in front of you. At this moment, I had lotion, and then I had my iPod. It's when iPods was still brand new. I had it on the table in front of me, and after I lost the match, according to him, he meant to only grab my lotion. Like he grabbed both items, hoisted it up above his head, and slammed it down.
He grabbed your lotion and what else?
iPod.
Your iPod. Oh,
Yeah.
so
he grabbed both. So
the valuables.
Yeah. So slams it down on the floor. And right then and there, I'm already immediately like, I want to fuck this guy up. I want to fight. The other 3 people that we came with, they pull us both to the side because they saw how angry I was. Take me outside, take him outside. They're talking to both of us. He's saying, oh, I only meant to throw your lotion, my bad, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, dude, don't talk to me for the rest of this trip. I'm already pissed off. I know you're not gonna buy me a new iPod. Fast forward to loser's bracket. Now I'm about to lose again. I used to wear these big skull candy headphones. They're like noise canceling headphones. And I'm listening to my music, playing this match, but I hear him again in the background. And it's like, he's right in my ear. And he's just like, you fucking suck. You're about to lose. You're out the tournament, blah, 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 about fucking time, whatever, whatever. And in my head, I'm just like, we just had this conversation outside and I just told you not to talk to me. And now you're doing the same exact thing. So I'm like, all right, we're both from the Bronx. I'm from a bad neighborhood. He's from a bad neighborhood. He actually lives right around the corner from me. And I'm just like, okay, this is how I felt. I'm like, I'm not about to let you disrespect me after I told you not to do it. So I already knew once the match was over that I was gonna hit him. I truly knew that in my heart.
You didn't want to let him know that you were a punk.
Yeah, sort of. So then the owner of 8 on a Break comes out and he's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Because I knew him. I used to go to 8 on a Break for a long time when I was a kid. So yeah. The owner knows me. And we're just all talking outside. And then when we come back inside, he's just like, dude, if you're out the tournament already, just wait in the car. The owner told me, you're banned for a week. You can't come back here next week. But after that, you're fine.
Banned for a week. I saw in the article it said 3-week ban.
I was banned for 1 week. I was banned
it was 1 week.
For the following
So was that, were they just wrong on like the article?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was just a week. So, did he also get a week for the fight? Okay.
I don't, not that I know of. It's been so long ago that I probably just don't remember.
That's interesting. But I didn't know it was only a week.
Yeah.
Was the Samba machine broken in that altercation? No.
No, we didn't break any machines.
Another little mix up with the information.
Yeah, no. We ended up playing again, Big 2. I think it was that same week or the next week. After that match, you can find that match on YouTube as well. After that match, we both got up, we hugged each other, and then we were cool ever since.
You squashed it. Okay, so that led me to my next question is, do you still talk with him? Are you guys like?
Actually, yeah, we're actually friends, and we actually practiced Street Fighter 6 together, like when it first came out.
I noticed he's still very active in the scene. Okay, cool.
I'm not justifying or condoning anything. I'm just saying.
Don't mess with the man's stuff. Talk as much trash as you want. Don't mess with the man's stuff. That was Noel Brown told me. And after he told me that story, I was like, all right, that's fine. You know, I think that's fair. I think you have a good reason to hit him. You know, I think it wasn't just about the games. It's just about messing with the man's property.
It wasn't about the games.
Yeah, so they all in good terms now. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
And SmoothViper did apologize to him because he knew he was wrong.
Okay.
So.
What up, everybody? You know it is Too Good Hit. I know I ain't made a video about a week, but I gave out like a bunch of videos, like 60 subscribers. Thank you all so much. But anyway, Noel Brown, Marvel player. If you're in the fighting community, you know him. He got arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, basically what I've heard.
During the CEO tournament weekend in 2013 at the Wyndham Orlando Resort, Noel was charged with 2 counts of battery and was booked by Orange County, Florida police. This was at CEO, right?
Yeah, CEO 2013, I believe.
Were you still dating your ex-girlfriend at the time when this happened?
Yes.
Because according to her, she said you guys broke up like months prior, but I don't, like, there's 2 sides to every story.
So we did. People don't know this, but there was a domestic dispute even before this happened, and where I called the police on her to get my shit out her house. She was just claiming that shit was hers, like fight sticks and things like that. She also said that the cat that I bought, that was my dead mother's cat, was hers, and I gave it to her. She told the cops this, so.
It was more like a property dispute?
Yeah, it was more one of those. Then fast forward to CEO, I want to say I got in Wednesday. The tournament starts on Friday. I'm already like meeting up with her. She's the one that picked me up from the airport. And eventually, like that Thursday, we agreed to work it out. Now we're officially dating now again on Thursday. And then Friday is when everything happened.
At the time, Diana was threatening to kill herself while reassuring Noel that everything would be fine and how she was going to make sure everything went away. Messages like, I wanted my boyfriend back, I still love you, and I would do anything to have you back would suggest that they were in fact attempting to repair their relationship during the window of the alleged cheating. It just gives a little more credence to Noel's story because in the police report, she was saying that they had broken up months prior, but this gives a little added context. Did you end up in the same hotel room because you guys were working it out and you already knew where she was staying? You guys had like...
So I was playing in a team tournament without my stick. I was playing with one of my teammates' sticks. The night before, we were all in the hotel room and there was this guy, I don't think he'll mind if I say his name, DJ Hoshin. We were in his room drinking the night before and we were playing there, and I think I just left my stick. I was probably just drunk, left my stick there the night before. After the team tournament, I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, bro, I think I left my stick in your room. I need to go to your room to get my stick. He's like, oh, I don't know. He's just like, I don't remember seeing your stick. I'm like, yo, just give me your room key. I'll go over there and get my stick and I'll leave. Like, I have to play in the morning. I think my pool was at like 8 or 9 a.m. the next day. They couldn't open it. They go to the front desk, get security. Security comes back with them, which I found weird.
It was just you at the door.
So now now it's just me at the door. I'm sitting there waiting for the security guard to come back, and I'm hearing moans now. And I'm like, this better not be my fucking girlfriend in here. That's all I'm thinking in my head. This better not be my girlfriend in here. As I'm hearing the moans, I'm starting hearing things that she would say during sex that I know that she would say. Obviously, she's my girlfriend.
Yeah. Then
I get super pissed off. Now I want to see. I'm not even gonna wait. I already know that this guy's gonna clip the lock anyway. So I stood up and I just back kicked the door. The latch flies off, the door opens. Then I see my friend push my girlfriend down to the bed. I see her just breast out, her skirt is up, and she's yelling, "What the fuck are you doing in here?" Then he just looks at me immediately. He's just like, "Yo, I'm sorry." That's it, right away. He just says, "I'm sorry." I walk up to him and I'm like, "Yo, you did this to me of all people?" My mother died the year before that, and like he was like really there for me, checking on me every day. He even called me the day of my mother's funeral. He was just like, "Yo, is it cool for me to come? For you to do this to me?" And then especially, you know, people from where we're from get killed over this. And I said this to him, and then he's just like, "I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry." And then I swung and I hit him, and we started fighting. And as we're fighting, she's just yelling. She's just like, "Get the fuck off of him, blah, 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 blah." And then she jumps in the middle to try to break it up. And during that time is when she got hit by, like, I believe both of us, but I remember her saying, "You fucking hit me, you fucking hit me." Right when that happened, I said, why the fuck would you do that? As in, why would you get in the middle?
Like, so you're saying she kind of moved into the collateral?
Yeah. So we're on the floor. Me and him were fighting on the floor. She was on the bed. She had no even reason to even be down there. And right when that happens, I stop.
I think he was saying in the police statement that he didn't fight back at all. Is that true?
He swung a couple times, but he actually didn't believe his statement.
Yeah, well, there was something in the statement about it because they took his statement and then he said that he didn't want to press charges, is what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What most people seem to miss when they look at Noel's case is that one of the counts of battery against the friend he initially found with his ex, it says, "Noli prosequi."
Noli prosequi.
Nailed it. This is a term which means a legal notice or entry of record that the prosecutor or plaintiff has decided to abandon the prosecution or lawsuit. That would track with the intent mentioned from the police report for him to not press charges. However, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how for the charge associated with the domestic violence, he refused a guilty plea deal and instead pled nolo contendere. Maybe I butchered that, I don't know.
Nolo contendere.
God damn it! But it also means no contest, which is a legal option in which a defendant neither admits nor denies the charges against them. Of course, I'd have to assume this was actually prosecuted to some degree given his admittance to a batterer's intervention program, which he completed in September of 2014, but the disposition conveniently informs us that this case ultimately had its adjudication withheld, meaning that while he received probation for the charge, the judge never formally convicted him of a crime. That would mean that for both counts of battery from the 2013 CEO incident, Noel Brown was never convicted of either charge. Given the current state of esports and the standard players are held to, it's very interesting to see Jabele's response to Kotaku in this case being a hands-off approach and pointing out how it was a personal matter after hours. He even referred to Kotaku's outreach as gossip reporting, even though a notable player literally just got arrested for assaulting an attendant at a hotel for his tournament. A very different time in esports, certainly, but not an entirely unwelcome one, considering the recent adherence to moral purity and an iron fist one-strike policy. That aside, the most important takeaway from this case is that while there is a mugshot that will periodically make its rounds, Noel was never convicted of any of these charges. If he were, he'd be a felon, which he is not. If you were to walk in on your girlfriend cheating on you with one of your close friends, to be honest, I don't really know if I can blame you. That seems like one of the very specific exceptions where I'm just gonna let you have it. All you, big dog. Might not be legal, but I'll be damned if I let that shit happen to me. Did you ever talk to the guy from the situation?
Yeah, we're actually pretty cool now. We weren't cool for, I want to say, like 2 years afterwards, but eventually when I moved back up to New York, him and I had a conversation. We went out after a tournament. While we were at the bar, he just said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" Went to the side, kind of apologized for everything. I'm just like, dude, it's already over, it's cool. And then that was it.
You guys have been chill since?
Yeah, see, honestly, for me, it's more so, people need time to grow. We were fucking in our early 20s doing dumb shit. Like, people do dumb shit all the time. So yeah, like what he did was extremely fucked up, but it's more so one of those, like, I have to see this guy all the time anyway. I'm still going to tournaments. We still run in the same friend circle. I don't want things to be awkward. There's no reason for things to be awkward. Like, we can talk about it like adults.
Now it's been like 12 years since that happened, so a lot of time to reflect and
we actually were supposed to go to a festival together at some point. Like,
music festival.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Did that go through, or?
The music festival was happening the same weekend as Capcom Cup. Well, I think it was a Capcom Cup qualifier, and he was pretty good at Street Fighter V at the time. So he was like, I think I want to go to this instead. So he just kind of just went to the tournament, but he stayed at my house.
Oh, okay.
So.
So I'm just gonna show you a clip real quick.
Noel Brown was caught on camera inappropriately groping a female attendee at the event.
This resulted in his first and only Capcom Pro Tour ban, the loss of his sponsor Ultra Arcade, with a ban from all their events, including the Killer Instinct Circuit for 2017, and a 2016 EVO ban, where co-founder Mr. Wizard stated a zero-tolerance policy for behavior that creates an unsafe environment for our attendees. How ironic. I kind of want to know the backstory on that and how that, you know, escalated to your first strike in a Capcom Pro Tour suspension.
So the night before, we were all drinking. You know, Andre, her boyfriend at the time, introduces. We're all at the bar. Nothing happens that night. It's normal. The next day, she actually happens to be running my Street Fighter pool. And there's a little bit of flirting going on, but nothing crazy. Then we're at the bar again. Same bar, hotel lobby bar. And we're drinking. We're kind of like feeling each other, like, you know, like
hitting it off.
Yeah. And we're like beyond flirting, honestly, like touching each other, grabbing each other's ass, playing around or whatever. And then
so this happened at the bar prior to the
correct Saturday night. And then there were multiple people there, including like people from her own scene that also said, yeah, we saw this happen. The next day, we're all like just watching Street Fighter. So Street Fighter is the last game. If anybody's never been to a tournament before, people are drinking at the tournaments, you know, when they're not playing anymore.
I've seen it happen.
So
it's Vegas.
Yeah. So we're drinking. I want to say drunk, but we're drinking. We're nice.
Jovial.
Exactly. They stop Street Fighter at some point, you know, to take a big group picture, and she happens to be right in front of me, right when the picture happens. And I'm like, oh, okay. As she's walking away, grab her ass. The same thing we were doing the night before. She smiles, walks away, keeps going. She doesn't even say anything to her boyfriend. She doesn't say anything to anybody about it. Later on that night, boyfriend comes up to me. He already has the clip. I guess somebody already clipped it. He goes, yo, see this, whatever. And he's smiling about it while he's talking to me. But he's just like, yo, don't play with her like that. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Then he goes and says something completely different. He's just like, oh, she didn't know this was gonna happen and yada, yada, yada. And I guess he's trying to make it seem like, well, nobody wants to seem like they're I guess. So like
their girlfriend is sleeping around or whatever.
So I'm like, yeah, this is not what happened. Then that's when I like put online. I'm like, no, these people were here. This is what actually happened. And then I even showed the messages where she was like, yeah, I know we're playing, but like you can't be doing that on camera. Blah 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 blah.
Really?
And, yeah. Throughout this whole time, her and I are actually still friends, even to this day. So yeah, 2021, when I went to a festival in Chicago, I hit her up and she was gonna come to the festival with me. And I have those messages too, and I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
Fast forward to later on that year. So now Combo Breaker finishes. We go to Frosty Frostins. She's working the front desk. Now this is our first time interacting since Combo Breaker, offline or online. And the minute she sees me, and I was at the front desk with somebody else, and I'll tell you who that was off camera, but I was at the front desk with somebody else. She sees me, she immediately stands up. She goes, Noel, and she puts her arms out. She comes from behind the desk and gives me a hug. And that was her first interaction with me since Combo Breaker. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess there's no problems. Even he was looking at me weird, like, you guys are cool? I was just like, I guess. That was it.
Oh boy. This story is a complicated one, and I'd like to preface this segment by asking that you please don't go out of your way to harass anybody involved, okay? They were already kind enough to come out with their side of events, and I'd much rather this incident be handled in a court of law rather than a court of opinion, okay? That goes for all the stories mentioned, by the way. You shouldn't ever be doing that anyways, but I feel like here is a good time to state that. Make my position known. And with that established, let's dive into the allegations.
Hello, I'm Krissy Victory. I'm a cosplay model, e-girl, Twitch streamer. I do a lot of online nerd stuff. I'm here to talk about my side of the story with the Noel case.
What was your relationship to Krissy?
Honestly, I didn't even really know Krissy. She had a crush on Ryan. She just started becoming friends with all of his friends, I guess, to try to get closer to him.
Were you the first person that she told about Noel?
Nah, actually, I wasn't the first person. To be honest, I don't know how many people she told before me.
What happened between you and Noel?
He sexually assaulted me at a after party in New York that I invited him to.
I think it was the Sonic Boombox party or something.
Yeah.
She was like, are you gonna go? I was like, oh yeah, I'll go if you're gonna be there. Cool, we make plans to meet up there. Get to the Sonic Boombox party. We're talking, we're chilling. She's just hanging out with me the whole night. And then she introduces me to like some dude that's supposed to be her best friend.
I was going with my group of friends and he was also in the city, so I invited him because I met him through Ryan and other like commentator and FGC people at the time. I met him through that scene.
You mentioned in the Twitlonger that you weren't sure if you initiated a kiss with Noel that night, but I'm wondering how, like, were you guys just dancing together that night and something might have happened, like you were just feeling the vibe?
It was a big bar scene, so it was not only just like FGC, it's like cosplayers too, so
Right.
we all were kind of mingling, but it wasn't like we were hanging out the entire time together, just more like, oh hey, I'm seeing you here and now we're at the bar later on, like not like hanging out the whole time leading up to the situation.
And she's telling me just about like random stuff. She's just telling me about Big House. She was at Big House the day before that. She's telling me about what she's doing at Comic-Con, where she's staying. All
Did
this
she
stuff.
tell you about who she was with at the big house?
She did tell me she slept with Ryan. She told me she slept with D1. And she told me she slept with a third person, but she didn't tell me who the third person was. She didn't want to tell me who it was.
All at the big house?
Yeah, all at the big house, all in the same day. I don't think any of those three knew that she slept with the other three people either. So
This is how I knew he was telling the truth. He goes, Ryan, he was like, let me ask you this. He's like, she told me you guys had sex at Big House before she even came to New York City Comic-Con. I'm thinking in my head, how would he know that?
Noel alleged that you were with D1, Ryan, and someone else.
Yes, because it was very open. I was really into Ryan. He literally stayed at my house in my dorm.
Was it just Ryan that weekend though, or were there others?
Well, I said I was having a triangle between being into D1 first and Ryan, so I was back and forth between them. You could think like someone's into you, but they're not. Obviously, if you're messing with one of their closest friends, they're not gonna really be into you like that.
Krissy admits to being promiscuous, that's no secret. While some of their interactions may have leaned on the more sexually charged, this was normally how she claimed to have interacted with people. But of course, that doesn't assume consent at the time of the incident.
Yeah, I'm saying I put toys on my I'm a sex worker. Okay, yeah, I have an OnlyFans. Yeah, I be doing that. I be fucking, yes. But that means I'ma fuck you? But you're right. Everybody can see the neon sign but me. That's what it was giving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's very obvious, like, in hindsight, but...
I was like, Krissy also said, I was like, how would he know this? I was like, how did he know that we had sex at Big House? This don't add up. And that's when she finally admitted. She just stared at me for a bit. She was like, yeah, we had sex. And I'm sitting in my head, why even lie about that?
So she told you this in person?
Yeah, like when we was outside talking.
he didn't know what to believe. He was like, oh, I don't know, I need to talk to her again. Him, and I don't remember who the other people were. There was a couple other people though. They actually sat her down in the room. They started having a conversation with her and then they were like, well, he said this, and then how does he know this? And how does he know that? And then they said eventually she was just like, oh, yeah, I made it up because I didn't want to look like a slut, and I really like you, Ryan, and blah, 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 blah. So then that's when Ryan called me back and he was just like, yo, yeah, she just admitted that she lied about everything, bro. And I'm just like, I told you, I'm like, I don't know, like, we can't do anything. There's nothing like to be done. This was kind of happening behind the scenes anyway. So I'm just like just forget it.
Until July of 2020.
Yeah.
He says that you just came out, plain said it, confessed, yeah, I lied. I had casual sex with Noel. I just...
Never said that.
Never said that. So did you guys...
Never fucking said that.
Did you guys have a one-on-one at TwitchCon?
We had a one-on-one at TwitchCon about everybody making fun of me, talking shit about me at Twitch, about the whole pregnancy rumor. Yes, we talked about that.
Okay.
We never talked about me lying about Noel raping me. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Because
Jesus Christ.
That's what he says, and he says that the main reason that he was upset was because he had the sit down with you, everything was settled, and then later he's hearing different stories from other people, and that's why he was upset. Not because someone else heard it first, but because it was different when it came back to him at TwitchCon.
Never happened.
Already talked about it. She already admitted that she lied. I asked her multiple times, like 6 times. This is how it really went down. Does anybody else know? I wasn't playing no games. I was like, I'm gonna be real with you. I said, I know you told Archangel this story. I even went further upon to call Noel. You and him both agreed to keep this as a secret. So she's looking at me baffled because you didn't want me to find out. I was like, Krissy, he also told me you asked about me and said, do you think I still have a chance with Ryan? He told you no because you do some of his friends. They had sex. They didn't have sex. It happened. It didn't happen. She was telling too many people different stuff. It was getting too much. Now I don't know what's true or not. She was telling other people, oh, Ryan is upset because I didn't tell him first. You could have told Billy, Bob, Jr., Ken, Karen, Jimmy before me. That's irrelevant who you told, first or last. The relevant part was the context of what you told people.
So I confided in Ryan because I obviously really liked him at the time. It seemed like he was on my side about it. I know he needed to talk to him about it, but he was really upset about it. What I was admitting, what I was lying about was if he was the only person I confided to about the whole situation, the whole pregnancy rumor and the Noel sexually assaulting me. I also was talking to Archangel, as you can see through our private messages, about this stuff because me and him were very close at the time. But I lied and told Ryan that he was the only one. Like, I didn't tell Archangel, but I did. And we talked about it multiple times with the Archangel thing before TwitchCon and during TwitchCon when me and him had that conversation. But me and Ryan never had a conversation of me lying about rape. It was always about Archangel. So I don't know where the fuck he's getting that from.
It's funny how she said Archangel said that, but then in the texts that we have, she's telling me, yeah, I don't even know who made that rumor up. When she claimed that there was rumors going around about the pregnancy, she said Archangel said it. That's false. Archangel didn't make all of those rumors or none of those rumors about pregnancy. In fact, there was a thread out that was like locale, kind of like a Reddit, that will always critique her on her cosplay, on her weight and everything. So she already knew these people were talking about her. And prior to my knowledge, I'm the one that called her and I said, yo, you know they saying that you pregnant, because they thought I got her pregnant. They thought D1 got her pregnant. They thought a random FGC player. They was just throwing stuff that stick because they see her hanging out with different people.
Speaking of the rumors, there was the locale forums. You linked me that as well. I went through and read some of it. Towards like the initial messages, there's someone that hops in with the handle Victory. Was that you? Were you posting, responding to people talking shit on the forum initially when it was open?
Oh yes, because that's when I found out who was making those messages. Because they were talking on Facebook about me at the same time. So we're arguing on locale and on Facebook at the same time.
Oh wow, a battle on two fronts.
Yes.
In July, some people were kind of speculating that you might already be pregnant because of a happy trail. They were saying the happy trail looked like a pregnancy line that starts developing on your belly. Did you see any of that? Did you check the forum frequently?
Yes, I saw that. And it was just, I was eating a lot of food. I literally just got fat.
Do you think the pregnancy rumor got exacerbated a lot more because of the locale thread, or do you think it was because of Archangel and PB&J?
I believe it's Archangel and PB&J because all of a sudden, how did they even know about the forums? Like, there were messages from owners of these events talking about me, saying like, you gotta get this under control. And I don't even know these people. I don't know who ShineCon, I think that's a FGC event, right? Shine or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the owner, that person. He was talking about me and he was like, you gotta get this under control. And these are just rumors. This is rumors about a pregnancy. It's not true.
What was the main reason why you added her back? And I know you said you were being cordial, but there was that little rift, and then it seemed to be being repaired for at least a brief period of time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. A week later, after TwitchCon, She texts me. She's like, yo, I want to do something spontaneous. I want you to travel with me as friends, and we're going to go to places. So she's texting me like if nothing ever happened. I was like, after everything that went down at TwitchCon, everything changed. She knew exactly what I was talking about because the next thing she spazzed out and put a big paragraph. She's like, oh, I see how it is. Are you going to be acting funny around me just like everybody else was acting around me at TwitchCon? I wonder why. He's like, oh, if it is like that, it is what it is. Well, best, good luck. Bye, Ryan. Right when I was about to go off on her, it went dark. It went left. She was like, oh, I don't know why I'm still here. I'm going to off myself just to let you know. And I said, whoa. Now she started scaring me because she started talking about suicidal thoughts. I can't even tell her how messed up it is that she had to make this whole lie up and everything and lie about things. Even though she just said she lied like 6 times. I didn't want to trigger her no more because she's talking about she's going to off herself twice. I don't want to be on no Kotaku. I don't want to be on no 4chan. I don't want to be on no Reddit saying the moon caused this girl to commit suicide. She said, Ryan, if anything happens to me, and I off myself and it actually works, don't worry, it's not your fault. Bro, I got so mad when she said that because I'm like, how are you putting this on me? I wasn't at New York City Comic Con. Why are you saying it's not my fault if you could? She said, I'm gonna write it in a will. So I started backing up. That really started scaring me. And I said, if I cold turkey this girl, now she's so unpredictable, I don't know what she's gonna say or do. She could make up a story and say, I've done something to her now.
Ryan calls me out the blue. He's like, did you have sex with Krissy? And I'm like, maybe? Because after we had sex the second time, and she asked me, what do I think her chances of getting with Ryan? And I told her, I was just honest. I was like, probably like a 0. And then she was like, why? And I was like, because you're fucking all his friends. And then she was like, oh, like, isn't that better than me fucking a bunch of random people? And I was just like, no, like, that's very awkward because now what if you're dating and then you walk in a room with Ryan and everybody else in that room could say that, oh, I fucked this girl. Like, I know how she looks naked. Like, that's very awkward. Then she's like, maybe we shouldn't tell Ryan. So that's why I was kind of hesitant to tell Ryan. I'm just like, oh, maybe? And then he was like, oh, well, I'm asking you because she's saying you raped her. And then that's when I told him, I'm like, oh, this is what happened.
Then it hit me. None of these stories make sense. You're not even worrying about time to heal for yourself. You're worrying about getting in a relationship with me. So you had to lie about it and say Noel did this so that you get a chance because he told you. I don't think Ryan would really care if we did stuff, but he also wouldn't want to date you because you have done multiple of his friends. As the conversations went on after TwitchCon, she wouldn't let it go to a point we had like a 4-hour phone call about everything of why I don't want to date. We talk about how I met somebody new and she crashed out. She was super upset that I met somebody new.
Me and Ryan, like, we fell out over a girl. It had nothing to do with Noel. Even long after the Noel situation, we always fell out about a woman. It's crazy. I don't know, like, if I was saying I lied about it for attention, none of these people would have been talking to me after all this. They wouldn't be kikiing with me. They sure wouldn't.
She told me that she was staying at the Moxie. I don't know if she was staying with somebody. Maybe she was staying with that dude that she said was her best friend. But she said she was staying with somebody.
Were you staying at the Moxie Hotel in Times Square?
Yes.
Okay, and this was this with one of your friends? Did you book it with one of your friends, or were you just staying there by yourself?
Staying with my best friend. We go to different events together. We usually travel together. We came for the con itself.
And as we're leaving, she's like, oh, can I stay with you? And I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't mind. But first she was like, oh, let me find my best friend. The club is 2 floors. So we walk to the 2nd floor, he's not there. We walk to the 1st floor, he's not there. Then she's like, oh, I have to use the bathroom before we leave.
One second, she wanted to be housed by you? Because you lived in New York at the time.
I didn't live in New York, no.
No, you didn't.
I lived in Jersey City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Right, because she said she was in Jersey.
Yeah. It was strange to me anyway because she was telling me that she was staying at the Moxie.
What happened that night? Was it the 8 Long Islands and you were just really drunk and your friend left because they were kicking everyone out and you just weren't able to link back up to get back to your hotel?
That's exactly what happened. Being in a position of being very wasted and vulnerable, and also just going with the flow, not thinking anything of it, not thinking that it's gonna turn into something sexual, just more so like partying and having a good vibe with people. That's usually how I am at any convention.
So the security guards are trying to usher us out, but she says she has to go to the bathroom. They tell us what the bathroom is. The bathroom is like on the 3rd floor, and there was nobody on the 3rd floor at all. We go upstairs, and then she goes in the bathroom. I'm standing outside the door, just waiting for her. When she finishes using the bathroom, she like peeks her head out, and then she goes, yo, did anybody come upstairs yet? And I'm like, no. She must have been in there maybe 2-3 minutes. And then that's when she pulls me in, and we start making out in the bathroom. Then she starts giving me head. It kind of just like a quickie, like nothing.
Wait, so you went up with her and you were waiting like on your phone for her to finish?
Yeah, by the door, yeah. Because she was coming with me.
Because in her series of events, she said that you used the bathroom and then you beckoned her to come in. So it's like kind of the opposite.
Yeah, no.
But it should never get to the point where I never consented to having unprotected sex with this person. That was the whole issue in itself.
When I was listening to his story, you were the one beckoning him into the bathroom, but in your series of events, he's beckoning you into the bathroom. So it's like completely opposite sides.
Yes.
From both stories, so it's difficult to follow.
We make out in the bathroom, gives me oral, we're having sex maybe like a minute or so, but I'm kind of scared, like I'm nervous that like we're gonna get caught. We stop and then we leave.
He can say what he wants of me asking for me to go in a bathroom. Why would I ask him to go into a bathroom with me? You waved me over, you pulled me into the bathroom, you pulled my pants down, and you fucked me raw. That's what happened, is someone interrupted and you went out of the bathroom. That's what happened.
So there was,
if answer
I'm gonna
you
assume
wanted
there was no like oral or anything.
No.
Okay, I just gotta check. Obviously, different sides of events. I gotta ask the weird questions.
No, gotcha.
I didn't even call it Uber. I just kind of just hailed a taxi. Then we went to go get food. Then while we're eating, she takes my glasses. And then she's like, hey, can you take a couple pictures of me and send it to me? Take pictures, I send it to her. And then we go to my house. We don't even do anything when we go to my house because it's already like 4 o'clock in the morning. We just go to sleep. The next day she wakes up. She's like, did you see my phone? I'm like, no. And then she's like, I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. Now, like we're looking all over my house for her phone because we were both kind of drunk the night before anyway. We go downstairs, but we don't find it. Like we're looking all in the living room. We're looking in the bathroom. We ended up not finding the phone. And she's like, I think I left it in the Uber last night. I messaged, claim a lost item in the Uber. And we're just waiting for the response. She asked me, is there a computer that she can use? Like, yeah, you can use my laptop to see. She tries to log into her stuff. She can't log into anything because I guess it's all like protected on her phone or whatever. When she realized that she couldn't log into anything, that's when like we're kind of just chilling and we end up having sex again. So we had sex again after that. Oh, she remembered that she bought extra leftover food. So she asked me to heat up her food. I heat up her food. Then I gave her my laptop again so she could do whatever she wanted to do on the laptop. I started playing Marvel Infinite online for like an hour while she was on my laptop. And then the guy ended up messaging us back about her phone. He was like, yeah, I have your phone. Then they made plans to meet up in the city. And then that's when she asked me, she was like, okay, like I'm gonna go get my phone. Can you Uber me to Comic-Con? And I was like, no.
Fuck no, it's expensive.
I was like, nah, that's not happening. The train is right here though. And it takes you literally like 2 blocks away from the thing. And then she's told me that she's too good to take trains. And I'm just like, well, I'm not paying for you. So I don't know what you're gonna do. I can pay for your train ride, but I'm not paying for our Uber to go to the city. It's like $50, $60.
Yeah.
Then she calls the dude that's supposed to be her best friend and she asks him to Uber her. And then when she's leaving, she turns around, she gives me a kiss, and then she leaves. She just gets in an Uber. And then that was it. And then later on that day, she's kind of messaging me a lot. She's trying to get in contact with this guy. When she finally gets her phone back, she lets me know, she's like, oh, thank God, I finally got my phone back. I'm headed to the airport now. She's like, I'll talk to you when I land. It's not like we talk often anyway, but I think I checked it the next day or the day after that, and then I was blocked by her.
After I got my phone back from the Lyft driver in New York, blocked, that was done. And I also told you in Messenger, like how I called a civil lawyer and they said because he doesn't have enough money, they can't go after him. So I have to use the police lawyers and hope they'd want to investigate.
Right. In that same vein, do you still plan to press charges against Noel?
I'm still feeling it's worth a shot. Like even if I get denied, at least I tried, you know? I just want some sort of consequence. That's the upsetting part, is they're not giving me a guarantee of something happening. It sounds like we're just gonna balance out and we're battling it out in court.
I know you mentioned that the cost of litigation in New York would be a big threshold for you. I was looking into it myself. I think you might be able to have video call-ins for the proceedings and have a lawyer or an attorney represent you in person. That might be something that you could look into if it's a problem to go and stay in New York for the duration of the trial.
I would prefer if it was digital. That would be freaking great, actually. Thank you for even for giving me that suggestion.
They made advancements like that, I'm assuming primarily during 2020, because a lot of people couldn't go to things in person. I've seen trials be held over video call, so that might be something you could actually look into. Am I one of the few people to actually see this medical report? Because you showed me it. It does exist.
I have showed no one. That is the first time I ever revealed that.
Really? Oh, I'm honored.
You were the first. Nobody cared enough to even ask me for it. They were just like, she's fucking lying.
Right, and it does show that you had like slight vaginal bleeding, it said.
Yes, there's traces of his DNA in there too.
If she were to actually take this the legal route, like people assume she would in 2020, would you be confident defending yourself? I know you said you'd take like a polygraph test.
So
and all that.
Even to this day, I'm still 100% confident. One, because, and I'm giving her legal advice. I'm like, yo, pursue this. And I started putting dates. I started putting places we were at. And I'm like, look, like I want you to pursue this because I was that confident.
Did you message her privately or was it just
no?
through the Twitter?
I never messaged her. No.
Okay.
Because she still had me blocked. So
right. Man, I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the biggest head scratchers in my entire career of covering allegations. Every party remains completely consistent on their series of events, and each says that the other is lying. I would love nothing more than to have this case be heard in a trial setting with all the evidence laid out and some verdict be reached so we can finally put this to rest. Because this is a first-hand source and I think some of you might find it interesting, I'm going to be providing the full uninterrupted interview between me and Noel for YouTube members and patrons.
I probably go to like 2-3 tournaments a year. F that. Like I usually...
You've ramped down significantly.
Yeah, I go to Evo.
Nigga!
Alright. I figured I should disconnect the Bluetooth in case I get a notification or something. I didn't know she was gonna.
You're good.
Let me turn this off.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, we're just talking.
Yeah.
God fucking damn. For everyone else, I'm uploading a 360p version to Rumble with a phone call filter over the entire thing, since you want to talk shit about the last video. Just kidding. But you are gonna have to pay for it. That's not a joke. That wasn't a part of the bit. Going into this, I was one of those who only ever had one side of the story. Hell, I could have told you it wouldn't have been that easy. It seldom is. But sometimes, all people ever really want is just a chance to speak. A chance to be heard, not judged. A chance to clean the muddied narrative perpetuated by an online crowd. I couldn't have asked for a more open discussion, and for that I am truly grateful. It's not easy to step onto a podium and bare everything for all to witness. But if I learned one thing from this line of work, it's that sunlight is the best disinfectant. And hopefully, with enough time, we can eventually cast away the fog of doubt and illuminate the ever so elusive truth. Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone trying to get into the fighting game community? Anyone dealing with a situation like yours and trying to grow from it?
I mean, I feel like my situation is pretty unique, right? So I would hope nobody has to go through anything that I went through before. Just be cool, go to tournaments, play your games, mind your business. The fighting game community is a safe place. I don't think it's an unsafe place. Probably not like bring any relationships into the fighting game community. I feel like a lot of people don't respect boundaries of relationships. I probably am one of them if you count the Andre thing, but there's more to that story too. But,
so
yeah.
don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
Very good advice.
Do your due diligence. If you're gonna fucking castrate somebody and fucking chastise somebody, make sure you follow all the facts, not just stuff that you just find on the internet. You're not even innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty and then you just have to spend the rest of your life trying to prove that you're innocent. Just because I wasn't saying anything online, that doesn't mean I wasn't fucking telling the tournament organizers and like talking to the other people that happened behind the scenes. Like my life isn't to be publicized on social media. So that's why a lot of people don't have a lot of the information, because I don't need to tell the general public. The general public already thinks something bad about me anyway. So it's not my job to sway your opinion on me. I go to tournaments to play video games. I go to tournaments to compete and win. That's it.
The only thing I could truly say is during 2020, it was a high climax moment where everything was highly sensitive. So any case that did come out, it was very believable. I'm truly grateful that the FGC community, fortunately, is not like the Smash community because majority of their fan base are adults. So I'm actually grateful that people can sit down and actually think about things rather than being like hand-fed and like, hey, this is what really happened. Just actually really sit down and think. For the future people that's going to be involved in this, just make sure you have your receipts or make sure you have something substantial, because at the end of the day, once something happens, whoever comes out with a story first, most likely they're just going to believe that story first. Just be safe out there because you don't know what somebody's going to do or say, regardless who you are.
All right. Thank you for your time, Ryan. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
My voice was small back then with people judging my character and me also not having a lot of love for myself in the situation. But it doesn't mean that I deserve what happened to me or that it was any less true. I relive it myself every single day. This has been mentally, physically, traumatizingly straining on me for years now. It's something that I will be internalizing for the rest of my life regardless. That's my reality of it. And I'm proud of myself for speaking out about this and standing up for myself. Being a sex worker and dealing with challenges that come with me daily in and out. I'm gonna use my voice to speak on it and say my truth and what I believe in, what happened to me, and I will keep striving to get justice for myself, no matter if it's a financial constraint or an obstacle mentally for me to push forward. I'm ready now, and I'm ready to move forward and get my own personal closure in life and being happy. Oh gosh.
Great job, Krissy. I really appreciate you sharing everything with me, your story, and I do hope that if you do take this the legal route, no one ends up broke, and you can do it easily in one go, get the answer that you need, and find some sort of solace in that.
Thank you for even talking to me. I'm gonna be real. I've always, like, since the trigger from this situation, I've always thought anyone that's associated with FGC just hates my guts and wants my head on the stake. So, like, obviously I was really freaking scared talking to you. You were very sweet. I appreciate you being really gentle with me in my space, my mental space about this situation. It's very delicate for me. I like really appreciate it.
Well, Noel, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you coming out and answering all my questions. I know some of them probably are kind of hard to sit down and go over again, but you did all of them. You did all of them flawlessly, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and thanks for giving me the chance to speak out. I don't know. I felt like I was quiet about this for a long time, and I'm tired of just seeing, like, my friends get chastised for being friends with me, and I'm tired of seeing the same thing over and over when people don't know the truth. And nobody really cares to, like, do diligence or research. And I see that in your videos you usually do. Like, I don't really know how you're gonna paint me in this video, but, like, that's the reason why you're the first and only person I've ever talked to about this. So, thanks, man.
That concludes my investigation into Noel Brown. For now. Thank you to everyone who was open to comment, and of course to my lovely patrons in Aura for keeping the lights on. And don't forget to send me stories to my anonymous tip line that you'd like to see covered in the future. I gotta go for now, but I'll be back sooner than you know. Until next time.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So, I'm just gonna show you a clip real quick.
Fire. that is fire.
Oh, that's
dope.
sick.
That is fucking sick.